What's up, Lego builders? Welcome back to Coconut Brick Studios, and today I'm going to be giving you the 2022 Lego room tour, an in-depth tour of my entire Lego room and adjoining rooms. I'm super excited to show you guys this. I love seeing your guys' Lego rooms, kind of going behind the scenes, seeing what everybody does, how they sort their Legos, just how they set everything up. So I'm excited to share with you guys my version. I've been wanting to do this video for a while. I love doing room tours. You know, I've just been working on Cato Neimoidia, other mocs, so there have been mocs and just stuff littered all over the floor. So I wanted to wait until Cato Neimoidia was done and, you know, partially put away so I could get the room a little bit more organized and a little bit more reminiscent of what I like. And also, you know, I need some good content to fill you guys in between my big mock projects. Real quick before I get into the video, if you're excited to see what's behind this door, don't forget to execute Order 66 on the like button. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing so you won't miss out on any of my future content. Also, sorry if the camera's a little bit shaky. My arm is getting pretty sore. I haven't filmed selfie style in a while. All that being said, let's go take a look. So when you walk into my Lego room, probably the first thing you notice is how big it is. You can see I've got big old vaulted ceilings, multiple windows, lots of space, multiple doors. This is actually our master bedroom. Mrs. Coconut was kind enough and generous enough to donate to this room to me for my Lego room. There's no way I could fit in any of the other rooms in our house, just with the kind of projects I wanted to do, with the collection I had and what I want to do with this channel and how I want to meld it into my career. There's just no way for me to fit into those smaller rooms. So she made the great sacrifice and let me use it, which I'm very thankful for. So starting over here, we have kind of like my display area or display section of the Lego room. Starting off with this black shelf, you can see I've got the 2019 UCS Star Destroyer up on top, and then down here we actually have like a little blast from the past. These are my old Lego builds from when I was like really little kid. Coconut put a lot of these together. Then I've got like a tree from my Ryloth mock and then some turbo tanks. This is where I keep all of my books as well. I really like to read. I don't read as much as I should or want to, but I want to get back into that, and you can see I've got a decent amount of Star Wars books as well. I've got some awesome Star Wars art up here. I got this from a printing press that I worked at a while ago. And then tucked between my two display sections, you can see there's this little door, and this actually leads into the bathroom, which I converted into a decal station. So got all my decal stuff organized into these bins. It's pretty messy. Don't want to show you guys too much in here. It's kind of dirty and dingy, but that's where I do my washing and set up and do decaling stuff. Over here, we've got the main section of my display. This is where I display my boxes and my sets. I get a lot of questions about these boxes. People want to know if they're all sealed or if they're all opened. I'd say it's about half and half. It goes, you know, it kind of ebbs and flows between being a little bit more sealed, a little bit less sealed. I really like boxes. I especially love the box art, and I think it's fun to show kind of like what sets I have and be able to show off that beautiful artwork on the boxes. These shelves are IKEA Ivar shelves. I really like them. I got the idea from David, Solid Brick Studios. He's got some similar ones. I'm not super happy with my setup for my sets, just because you can see the bottom and the top are all kind of jumbled and crowded, and the two middle ones are a little bit more sparse. I'm not sure how I want to go about displaying them, whether I want to do it by era, set, color, you know, wave. Right now, kind of what I have is like, we've got Republic stuff down on the bottom, CIS stuff there. The middle is like Prime Republic stuff, some of my favorite stuff. You've got my custom acclimator, Brickfall ATTE, and then these middle shelves are all Imperial era, original trilogy stuff. And then the top is just a jumble of Clone Wars stuff. And then up here, I've got my little micro scale diorama of Cato Neimoidia, just so I knew what I wanted it to look like, and it was just fun to have like a little micro build of it. You can see wrapping around the shelves, I've got these LED light strips. I really like these. They add a nice vibe to the room and help light up my videos nicely. I can change them to pretty much any color I want. Down on the bottom there, I've got some Acro Mills bins. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this section. You can see I've got some more sets right here. Moving on over here, we have some more display space. This is where I like to display more mocs. I have mostly sets over there, and I wanted to represent my mock building passion better. So you can see I've got at the very top the beautiful custom Republic attack shuttle designed by Bruxy, and then down underneath that we've got my second Battle for Geonosis diorama. For a while I didn't really have any of my mocs on display, and it made me kind of sad just because, like, you know, I build mocs, that's what I do, and I don't really show that. You know, if you were to walk into my room, most of this stuff is built by other people. So I wanted to represent myself in my builds better, so I've got that one. Then down underneath, we've got this nice little round Naboo mock. I'm really happy with that one. And then below that, we've got a couple of M5 build gunships, Wolfpack version and the regular version. Behind this giant door, we have my closet, my storage space. This is where I store boxes. I have a couple of sealed sets in there. Up here I've got some more sealed sets, investment sets, and then just other sets that I haven't gotten into yet that I want stored away. I've got a nice little Viking ship I've been working on, and then a little custom portcullis one of my brothers made. Down over here on this side, this is where I keep all of my minifigures, or most of them. I like keeping them stored away in bins because I can organize them. I've got like all different kinds of clone battalions in here, different kinds of clone troopers. I've got knights, knight stuff, and then I've got like random Star Wars figures. You know, I've got Gungans, Separatist figures, all kinds of cool stuff. I'm not done. You can see there are still figures up here that need to be sorted. One kind of figure I've really struggled with is decaled clones, because I don't want to put them in the bins because I don't want them to get scratched or have the decals rub off. So I've got to figure out a better way of displaying those. And then down here we have one of my favorite tools that I use for my YouTube videos, and that is my motorized camera track slider. This thing is an absolute beauty and so much fun, and helps me create some of the shot and helps me create a lot of the shots that I do. So that's the closet area. Now moving on to one of my favorite sections of my Lego room. This is the building station. This is where the magic happens. This is where the builds come together. So I've got some more IKEA Ivar shelves, once again inspired by Solid Brick Studios. He has like a similar system. I use Acro Mills bins. I'm not sure, I don't remember what kind he uses. This is where most of my parts are housed. I have a pretty nice sorting system, one that I'm really happy with. It uses a combination of parts and colors. I'm not going to get into all that now. I might break that down at some other time. And then down over here, we've got these smaller Acro Mills container sets. These are where I store parts that I don't have in large enough quantities to put in these bigger red bins. And so I've got the smallest version right here, then I've got larger bins down here for larger quantities. Initially I was actually going to use just these, but it got to the point where I had so many of a certain kind of part. Take for example these green 2x4s that I was using like 5 of these for one color or for one part, and I felt like I was going to need to buy just tons and tons of these containers to store them all. And I don't really like how they go into the container. I don't really like how they store in here, how they slide into this, because there's no opening. They're not open topped. I like how these containers are open topped because I can overfill these. You know, I can fill them as high as I want and still store them easily and pull them out easily, whereas these would get stuck. Couldn't get them open. It felt like I was always fighting to get parts out of them. It was just annoying. So I'm much happier with this system, and this is definitely something I'm going to be sticking with for a long time. Now we get to my tables, my beautiful tables. So these are from IKEA as well. I don't remember what the name is, but you can look them up pretty easily. I ended up going with this light blue color because I didn't want white, because I didn't want it to just throw off the brightness of the video and make it look really bright. And I didn't want black because sometimes I feel like it's hard to light them up properly and display what's on them. So this blue gave me a perfect neutral color, and I'm really happy with how it looks. And it's made for, and they're great for making videos. They don't mess with the lighting too much. You can see I've got the remnants of Cato Neimoidia on this table. It's been about a week now, and I've got almost half of it taken apart, which makes me really happy, but I still have a long ways to go. If you haven't seen this video yet, I will put a link to it in the video. Underneath this, we've got some more random storage we've got some more random stuff being stored. I've got a section of Utapau, some boxes, and then a gunship. Now, moving down this narrow aisle, we come to my logistics section, kind of my planning section for my channel. So that's my calendar where I write down video ideas, keep track of things, and like when I want to upload what videos. And I've got some quotes I like, blueprints for previous mocks, and like little checklists on how to make thumbnails. I don't use this area as much as I used to. I want to get back to using it more. I tend to sit over there at that table, but once I get building mocks again, I want to start using this over here just because I like sitting here. It's nice. I've got the windows and like, you know, all my motivation and my drawers. Moving on over here, we've got some more boxes on display. The majority of these are open, unfortunately. I wish quite a few of these were sealed still, but I just like it. It's kind of like my way of decorating the room and like putting up some Lego Star Wars related art, and it's a great way to store the boxes. Over here we have like my deep storage or larger bulk area. This is where I put parts that I'm not going to use super often, or just parts that I don't have enough of to store anywhere. So you can see this is where I keep all my gray parts that I don't have enough of to kind of sort into these, or I don't know where I want to put them, like what kind of part they qualify as or can go with. So I've got most of the major colors there, and then I've got just loads and loads of dark tan 2x4. Look at all this, just thick, meaty drawers full of brick. I don't think I'm ever gonna have to buy filler brick again. We have two rare non-Lego Star Wars sets that don't really fit anywhere else in my room, so I like having them here just because they fit together nicely and just kind of like spice up this area and just help it look a little bit more interesting, and just, you know, some fun places. And I just think they're just great places to display these, especially the treehouse, because it's so voluminous. It's hard to find a good place to put it with all of those tree branches sticking out everywhere. And that leads us back to the beginning. This is kind of like the main open area. So this is where I build my smaller mocs. You remember there's usually a table right here. I also stream right here. And then right here, this is where I typically do my castle stuff. Actually, when I sit down and film like my talking heads for my castle stuff, I do this section right here, because this is one of the few areas I can film without showing Lego Star Wars stuff in the background. And, you know, I've got this nice little blacksmith shop that kind of helps fit the vibe. Overall, I'm very happy with my Lego room, very grateful for it. I feel very blessed to have this much space to work with. There are a couple of things I would like to change. I want to fix this area over here. I don't like how these are just sitting on the floor. At some point, I would like to get a low shelf or cabinet that those can sit on. Just give me some extra storage. And this section over here is a little cramped. You saw this walkway and over there are it's pretty close quarters over there. So I'm thinking about adjusting these tables, kind of moving them just to give me a little bit more space. When I set all these up, I had just barely moved into the Lego room, so I still didn't really have a good feel for the room and like the flow and how I wanted everything to look. So now that I've had some time to really move in and adjust, I think I might move this around a little bit more. All that being said, that wraps up this video. Don't forget to let me know what you guys thought about my Lego room. Thank you for watching, really appreciate it. Let me know what your favorite part of my Lego room is, and I will catch you guys next time. But until then, happy building.